Hey third graders, so here's your last lesson of week 4. Today we're going to be learning about polygons. So in the previous lesson you learned about triangles and angles and rays and line segments. This one will be about polygons. Okay, so here's your vocabulary for this lesson. We have the word angle, which you already learned, concave, convex, decagon, hexagon, octagon, polygon, pentagon, ray, and right angle. So I know that looks like a lot, but don't worry, we'll break it apart and you'll be filling out your vocabulary book. So if you don't have your vocabulary book and a pencil, you need to pause the video and go get one because you will be filling in your vocab words. All right. So a polygon, we're going to look at the definition of a polygon. We'll fill it into our books in just a second, but first we're going to go through the test and test all of these to see if they are a polygon. A polygon is a flat, closed figure, so closed means it doesn't have any open lines, okay, made up of line segments that do not cross each other, okay? So we're going to go through and we're going to decide which one of these shapes are polygons. Okay, so let's look at the first one. Is this a flat figure? Yes. Is it closed? Yes. And is it made up of line segments that do not cross each other? Yes, so this is a polygon, right? None of the lines cross each other or anything. It's closed and it's flat. So that one is a polygon. Let's look at number 17. Is it flat? Yes. Is it closed? Yes. Is it made up of line segments that do not cross each other? No. Do you see how they cross each other right here? So this one is not a polygon. Let's look at number 18. Is it flat? Yes. Is it closed? Yes. Is it made up of line segments that do not cross each other? Yes. So this one is also a polygon. Okay. Let's look at number 19. All right. Is it flat? Yes. Is it closed? Yes. Is it made up of line segments that do not cross each other? Yes. So this one is also a polygon. Okay. Let's look at number 20. This one looks kind of funky. Let's put it through the test. Is it flat? Yes. Is it closed? Yes. Is it made up of line segments that do not cross each other? No, because this is not a line segment. See how it curves? That's not a line segment. So this is not a polygon. Okay? Let's look at our next one, number 21. Is it flat? Yes. Is it closed? Yes. Is it made up of line segments that do not cross each other? Yes. So this one is a polygon. Number 22, is it flat? Yes. Is it closed? No. Do you see how it has a big opening side? So this one is not a polygon. Let's look at number 23. Is it flat? Yes. Is it closed? No. It is made of line segments and they don't cross each other, but it's not closed, so it can't be a polygon. Okay? So we just put those through the test. Now let's fill in our vocabulary words for polygon. So you should have your book ready. So a polygon. A polygon is, oops, I had to write it down because my brain is mush, is a flat, closed figure made up of line segments that do not cross each other. Okay, so this is what you should be writing too in your vocabulary book. Polygon is a flat, closed figure made up of line segments that do not cross each other. So again, pause the video if you need to, but make sure you write that in your definition book. Now I'm going to draw some polygons, some examples. So I'm going to draw, there's a triangle. It's a polygon, right? Because it's flat and it's closed and none of the lines cross each other. I'm going to do just some weird shapes. Okay, as long as it follows the rules. As long as it's flat, it's closed, and it's made of line segments that don't close or touch each other. So can this be a polygon? No, right? Because it's not line segments. So you can just go ahead and draw some shapes. I'm going to draw a hexagon. A really bad one. Pretend those lines are straight. Okay, so just draw some examples of some polygons for you. All right. Well, if you haven't already copied this, pause the video and do that and move on to the next part. All right, so then there's some two other vocabulary words we need to focus on. A figure can be concave or convex. In concave polygons, there exists a line segment with endpoints inside the polygon. So this is an example of concave. If you think about a cave, it has a hole in it and you can go inside. Concave, they go inside of the shape. Okay, so it's like the shape caves in on itself. Okay, so here's an example. A convex figure has no such line segment, so that means it goes out, or none of the line segments go in or cave into itself. Okay, so let's decide which one of these are concave and which ones are convex. Let's look at the first one. Do any of the lines go in on each other? No. So this one is convex. And the way I remember is concave. Think of a cave. It goes in, right? So with this one, convex. Let's look at the next weird shape. Is this one concave? Does it cave in on itself, or is it convex? It's concave. Do you see how these lines go inside the shape itself? So it's called concave. Now it's still a polygon. None of the lines cross or anything like that. It's still a polygon, but it's a concave polygon. Okay, let's look at this one. Is it concave or convex? It's concave. Do you see how these lines are going inside of the shape? So this one is also concave. I should have just typed instead of doing this. And then the next one, last one, here I'll learn my lesson. It is convex, right? None of the lines go in on itself. Okay, so it's convex. Hopefully that makes sense. Think about some shapes that you see regularly and if they're concave or convex. Let's keep going. Okay, so concave, again, we're going to say is a polygon where line segments are inside the polygon. Oops. Okay. And for convex, I'm going to go back. So no line segments are inside the polygon. Okay, so convex, they're all out. Concave, it caves in on itself. And then you can just draw some examples. So for concave, okay, pretend that's a straight line, so it makes it a polygon. Okay, I can just draw some weird shapes. Those kind of look the same, don't they? And then for convex, just really any shape that the lines don't go in on themselves. So it could be really anything. Okay. All right. Could do a square. Okay, none of the lines go in, but concave, it's caving in on itself somewhere. All right. Pause the video if you haven't written those definitions. If not, keep going. All right, now we're going to learn about all the different kinds of polygons. So if you think about it, polygons is like a family, okay, or like animals. If you said the word animals, well, there's tons of different kinds of animals, right? There's tigers, there's lions, there's bears, okay? But for polygons, same thing. It's polygons is a definition, and then there's tons of different kinds of polygons, okay? So there are polygons that have 3 sides, and that's called the triangle. Polygons with 4 sides are called quadrilaterals, and quad means 4, okay? Polygons with 5 sides are called pentagons, okay? So gon means many sides, so pentagon means 5 sides. Polygons with 6 sides are called hexagons. Polygons with 8 sides are called octagons, and how you can remember that one is like octopus, right? It has 8 legs or 8 tentacles. So octagon has 8 sides. And then a polygon with 10 sides is called a decagon. And the way you can remember that is like a decade is 10 years. That might help you a little bit. Okay, so decagon. So what we're going to do, let me see what order I put these in. Okay, we're going to go ahead and write which one each one of these are. And then we're going to write them in our vocabulary books, okay? So let's look at the first one. Which one of these definitions goes with this shape? Well, you have to count the sides, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has 6 sides, so what is the definition of this one? It's a hexagon. See, it has 6 sides, so it's a hexagon. Okay, let's look at our next one. We got to count how many sides it has. 1, 2, 3 sides, so it is a triangle, which you guys knew that, right? Okay, let's look at the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So which one of these is it? It is a pentagon. Okay, that's 5 sides. Let's go to the next page. Okay, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one has 4 sides, so which shape is it? It is called a quadrilateral, and it's kind of funny because all of these have end in gon, right, except for quadrilateral and triangle. But this one is a quadrilateral, which is quite the word to spell. Okay, let's look at the next one. I'm going to start right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It has 8 sides. So let's go back and look which one is the 8 sides. Octagon, right? And the 8-sided one is like the stop signs you see all the time. Those are 8 sides. Octagon. Okay, let's go to the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's see which definition that is. Which one has 6 sides? It is also a hexagon. Okay, so see how they can look a little bit different. This one is a hexagon. Okay, next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. So it is a pentagon. See how it's 5 sides? Okay, there's a pentagon. Let's do the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This one has 10 sides, so let's go see what it's called. It is 10 sides, so it's a decagon. Alright, and then this last weird one. It's also a polygon because it's closed and it's flat and it's not open. Let's see how many sides it has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is actually an octagon too, just like this one. Okay, they can make different shapes. It's all based on how many sides it has. All right, so we labeled it. Now we're going to fill in our vocabulary book. So you should have your vocabulary book and a pencil with you. Let's do a triangle first. A triangle is a polygon with 3 sides. Okay, so then you're going to go ahead and just draw me some examples of some triangles. And we learned about those in the last lesson. There's lots of different kinds of shapes, right? You can have right angle ones. If ones have the same size. You could do triangles like this. Okay, just draw some examples. Then we're going to do quadrilateral. It is a polygon too that has, or I'll put with, 4 sides. Okay, so then you'll draw me some examples. Oops, some examples of some polygon or some quadrilaterals. Okay, so just make sure it has 4 sides. It could be a square, it could be a long, skinny rectangle. These are terrible. I'm not good at drawing on this with this mouse, but you guys get the idea. Okay, so those are my quadrilaterals. Draw some examples. Pause the video if you don't have your definitions written. If you do, go ahead and go to the next one. Okay, pentagon. A pentagon is a polygon with 5 sides. Okay, and then you'll just draw some examples of pentagons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a pentagon because that's 5 sides. Okay, so just draw some examples of ones that they just have to have 5 sides. That's the rule, right? And it still has to be closed, and the lines can't cross, right? And it still has to be flat. Okay, so make sure you keep those in mind. So I couldn't draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That's not a polygon. So that one won't work because the line's crossed. All right, let's do hexagon. Hexagon is a polygon with 6 sides. And then you'll draw some examples of some hexagons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can draw as many as you want. They just have to have 6 sides. They have to be closed, and none of the lines can cross. Next one, octagon. An octagon is a polygon with 8 sides. Now think of those again as your stop signs that you see all the time. Okay, 1, 2. Now it's just kind of like the decagon, except you put a flat side instead of it coming to a point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now that's not very well drawn, but you get the idea. Again, you could draw something weird. You could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's supposed to be a flat line. But as long as it has 8 sides, it's closed, it's flat, none of the lines cross. That is an octagon. And our last one, decagon. A polygon with 10 sides. Okay. Now, a decagon, an example of a decagon is actually a star. If you count the sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a decagon because it has 10 sides, okay? That's a really bad star, but you get the idea. And then you could also draw any other shapes that have 10 sides. All right. You guys did it. We didn't have a brain break in this one because it was kind of short. Look over your definitions and share with your family what you learned, but then we're going to try something different. Instead of doing a Google form, you'll actually click on a Google slide, and you guys will fill in, there's little blue boxes, and you're going to label each shape. If it's a decagon, a pentagon, an octagon, and you'll fill that in, and then make sure in the top right corner you click turn in so it goes to me. You can use your vocabulary book to help you. I'm not expecting you to have it all memorized already, but that's what you'll be doing after this lesson. All right, go ahead and get started with that. Don't forget to click turn in when you're done with it. Have a great day.